Everyone, welcome. I'm Dr. LuLu Shimmick, and today this webinar is focusing on alkalinity for energy. So let's get started. So I'm Dr. LuLu. I'm a naturopathic physician, functional medicine practitioner, author, botanical formulator, and podcast host of The Genetic Genius. I own Dr. Lulu's Naturopathic Clinic here in Asheville, North Carolina, and I see patients all over the world, and I see them virtually. So it's a great way to still connect during the pandemic. So I specialize in helping women regain hormonal balance and vitality by discovering the root cause of the dysfunction. So today we're going to be talking all about alkaline foods. And in search for health, more and more people are turning their focus to dietary modification to help themselves to achieve new and positive health milestones. While the effectiveness of some diet changes can vary from person to person, it's very clear that there are many benefits that you can experience. And that can be gained by just adjusting your diet, right? Having more alkaline foods or having more acidic foods, depending on what your body needs. And one of the easier dietary adjustments that can be made is to simply incorporate more alkaline foods into your diet, right? It's easier to put something in than to take it away. And these amazing foods can improve health for a range of important symptoms or systems. So what are alkaline foods? Take a moment here and to think, do you know what they are? Do you know what the alkaline foods are? Do you know what acidic foods are? I mean, it might be easier for you to think about what the acidic foods are, because those are the ones that are more common, like tomatoes and eggplant and coffee and lemon, things that you're thinking are more acidic. But let's dive deeper. Okay, so alkaline foods are those that have a pH above 7 or can lower acidity in the body, right? So we're looking for foods that are going to help us decrease acid in the body. And the majority of these types of foods have an excellent impact on the body, and they tend to contain many of the vitamins and minerals that we rely on to fight disease and promote healing. So though the body has a somewhat narrow pH window, right? It's not like this massive, large number in which we must remain to stay alive. Like we have to have this balanced pH because our system needs our blood to be at a certain pH. It needs our oxygen and the red blood cells. Everything needs to be very balanced. So there's a big relationship between acid and alkaline sources. And we don't understand everything about that, but it's clear that many of these foods have health benefits that everyone can enjoy. So these are a list of the foods that fall into the alkaline category. Look at all these, right? There's many, and there's many that are even outside this, but these are the main major ones. So when we're looking at ways to shift our body from an acidic environment, which causes a lot more energy to use, when we shift in bringing in alkaline foods, it gives our body more energy, more fuel, right? So if we're looking at things like, let's look at the oil. So we have the hemp oil and the avocado oil and the olive oil. Now, those are really great sources of fat, and coconut too. That gives us fuel to have more energy and to move forward. So let's move on here. Okay, so hummus. Hummus is a wonderful snack food, right? It's made from ground chickpeas, olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic. A lot of the things, let's just go back to our slide before. Look at all those things that are on there, the olive oil, the garlic, the lemon. So remember I mentioned lemon before, and I mentioned maybe it's in the acidic category. And look here, we're seeing in the alkalinity foods. So we're going to talk more about that. But if we're looking over at hummus here, it's got all those things. It has several awesome trace minerals as well. It's high in protein, and it's full of healthy fats that promote heart health. And it can be flavored in a variety of ways that come with the added bonus that they can lower your cholesterol. So legumes in general help us to lower cholesterol because they're high in fiber, and they contain natural chemicals that can help fight cancer causing damage. I love hummus. It's really easy to make, and you can use lots of different beans to make hummus. This is chickpeas, that's really common, but I also like to I'll make a black bean hummus. There's lots of different ways you can mix things up. So here's papaya here. Oh, I love papaya. It's so good. When I lived on Hawaii, on Maui, I loved having fresh papaya from the straight off the tree. Just there's nothing like it. It's so delicious. And it's a tropical fruit, right? And this fruit is widely known for its ability to aid in calming the stomach. You might have heard for it's a great enzyme, or it has an enzymatic function. It helps reduce the production of stomach acid. Okay, so this can help to massively improve digestion. And it's full of vitamins B and C. You can see that beautiful color. That's a sign of the B and C vitamins. And it's heavy in antioxidants. It helps us to fight off free radicals. And those are free radicals can lead to cancer or cause cancer. And there's lots of ways you can use papaya. You can add it to a smoothie. You could have it as a breakfast or dessert snack. It's very sweet, so you want to have it in smaller quantities to reduce your overall sugar load. So hemp seed oil, and this is a picture here of hemp seeds. This oil is very rich in vitamin E. And vitamin E is another one of our antioxidants. It helps to fight off free radicals, and it helps our cell membrane, right? So we have a phospholipid bilayer around the cell, and vitamin E helps protect that phospholipid bilayer. And this makes it great at fighting the free radicals, again, that can lead to cancer. It's often associated with slowing the effects of aging of the skin. It combats signs of oxidative stress. That's all of our pollutants and the epigenetics around us that lead to oxidative stress, and is high in protein. So I like to add, I'll add hemp seed oil into specific things like smoothies, or you can just use the hemp seeds themselves. It's great. You can sprinkle them on top of salads. They don't have a lot of flavor, so it's nice to add it into different meals. It's also high in both omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, helping with that omega balance. And those are essential and key for anti-aging, as well as gut health and brain health. So let's move on to avocados. I mentioned them earlier as being one of our good healthy fats. Now, avocado is among the most popular for use as a condiment, topping, or filling, right? We see it in lots of different dishes. You can use it in desserts, you can in smoothies. It's very versatile because it doesn't have tons and tons of flavor. So we can hide it or mask it with other things. We don't like the taste of avocado. And one thing people know is that they are higher in potassium. So they're great for helping if you're looking to bring in more potassium in your diet. You have more potassium than a banana, which is really great because bananas are high in sugar and can have a spike in blood sugar. But if you're bringing in avocados instead as your high source of potassium, it will give you the fats, help you have a boost in energy, and then help you have sustained energy over time. And they are also high in fiber, and they can help to lower your cholesterol. So good fats can help lower our cholesterol. They contain massive amounts of vitamins and minerals, and they help nourish our body as well. So I love avocado. I could probably eat an avocado every day. Okay, so olive oil is our next one. And when it comes to olive oil, you want to make sure that you're getting a really good source, that you're getting organic, and it's a cold pressed olive oil. Very key, because you don't want to, that's pretty much for all fats. When you're eating a fat, you want to make sure it's not laden with toxins, because fats hold on toxins and then you're bringing that toxin straight into the body. So it's really important to look for those, especially with olive oil. And olive oil is a rich source of monosaturated fats, and this is a wonderful oil that can help prevent heart disease. It helps promote cardiovascular health and greatly reduces the risk of stroke. So that's really important, especially if you're looking out for your cardiac health right now. You can think of olive oil in the Mediterranean diet, and studies have proven that that is the best diet for cardiovascular disease. And so this is a great one to bring in if you're focusing on your cardiovascular health. And olive oil is famous for its anti-inflammatory action. So it blocks the COX-2 pathway, similar to aspirin, and the same with our omega-3 fatty acids. So this is a great one to bring in as well if you have a lot of systemic inflammation. And it also fights off free radicals, like I mentioned before, with our other fats, and it's high in its oxidative effects. So, it's a great oil, as well as coconut oil, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. It can be used as a vegetable oil substitute because it produces less harmful chemicals when heated to higher temperature. And that's key. You don't want to have that burning of oil when you cook because it can lead to carcinogens. Okay, garlic. Oh, I love garlic. Garlic is an excellent alkaline vegetable with a multitude of useful properties. And garlic is great. It's also an antibacterial and antifungal. So really good right now to bring in during the pandemic because it helps us to bring down that acid environment in our body. It helps to boost our immune system. So really great for fighting off viruses. And it also helps to boost energy, right? And so that's a really great one to bring in right now. And you can add it into lots of things. If you have some people will tend to be able to taste that garlic in their mouth for a few days afterwards if you have a sensitivity. So, roasted garlic can be a better sense or better form for you to use. So use that. It also contains excessive amounts of vitamins and minerals like calcium, copper, potassium. Remember, we mentioned earlier avocado. So you could make a yummy avocado garlic guacamole, and that's a great alkaline food for energy. It also is high in selenium, wonderful for the thyroid gland, and it's high in B6 and B1. B vitamins are wonderful for energy. They help with the nervous system, they help our adrenal gland, and they help with all of our enzymatic reactions. But it also retains a very low caloric count, which makes it an excellent food additive. And also it's wonderful for cardiovascular health as well as the olive oil I mentioned earlier. So garlic is a great one to bring in right now. So ginger, you probably know about ginger. This famous, powerful, and ancient root has a pungent odor and taste, and it also is high in antibacterial properties. Combining it with a garlic from the slide before, that's a wonderful way to boost energy and fight off bacteria and viruses. It can also help manage stomach issues. So you might have heard of it being used for stomach flu or nausea or morning sickness. It's really helpful for that. It also is a huge anti-inflammatory. So it fights off free radicals. It helps reduce systemic inflammation and lowers blood sugar. So if you have a lot of pain and inflammation, joint inflammation, as well as your pre-diabetic or diabetic, ginger is a really good one to bring in to your nutritional plan. You could add it as a tea or mix it in with specific foods or as a powder. It has lots of great additions. Now, if you're sensitive because it's a little spicy, just dilute it or don't use very much. If you've been doing a lot of strenuous work, like in the garden with this beautiful spring weather or exercising, it can also help to reduce muscular pain because of that anti-inflammatory effect. Okay, lettuce. Now, lettuce, along with its alkalinity, so it's a great alkalinity booster, bringing down that acid. Lettuce provides a lot of important trace minerals, which are really key for our body. And these include phosphorus, calcium, iron, potassium, sodium, zinc, magnesium. Oh my gosh, right? It's amazing when you think there's so many benefits to eating fresh leafy greens. I talk about them all the time. But when we look at this, look, it's got vitamin K and vitamin C and vitamin A. There's a huge source of natural vitamins and minerals we need for all the functions of our body. So not only is it important to eat other greens like kale and spinach, but lettuce particularly will help bring that down, that acid, and help you to have a more alkaline pH. And studies have also found that lettuce contains chemicals that helps to improve mood and to help regulate anxiety. So this, it's funny because you think, well, lettuce isn't going to help my anxiety, but because all of those minerals then help reduce the cortisol load, it helps reduce stress, helps regulate anxiety. So having a big salad with not only lettuce, but some of these other vegetables that we talked about and we're talking today, then that will help reduce your acid level as well as help with mood and help with stress. Okay, carrots. So carrots are great. Look at that beautiful color. I love the beta carotene. They're really high in fiber and they're also known as starchy, right? That starchy vegetable, that root vegetable. They're high in pantothenic acid, folate, potassium, iron, copper, manganese. So those are, all of our like red, vibrant, and orange colors when it comes to our vitamins and minerals. And it's also high in antioxidants, again, fighting off free radicals, helping to lower our pH, and making carrots, they're so easy. You can add them to any meal, maybe not breakfast as much unless you're going to make it into a juice, which I love making carrot juice, really high in beta carotene, helping with eyesight. And, again, it's high in antioxidants. It's one of our ACEs. A, C, E, selenium, and zinc. Those are ACEs that fight off free radicals. And you can have carrots with your salad, a beautiful lettuce salad with avocado on top. You could also have it with dinner as roasted or as a carrot soup. I mean, there's so many ways you can use this versatile vegetable. And they've long been associated with improvement of eyesight, with that vitamin A, the beta carotene. And studies have shown that carrots can prevent some form of muscular degeneration that are common as human age, right? So that can be, as we age, our eyes, I think it's especially now when we're using the internet and electronic devices so much, we have a lot of eye strain. So bringing in as much carrots as you can will really help to reduce that and help improve eyesight. Okay, let's talk about rhubarb. For those of you that are listening from the Southeast right now, this is probably a common vegetable for you. It's a leafy green vegetable that's packed with a wide array of vitamins. And, if you make like a rhubarb pie, we use the red ends on the end there, but we can also use the greens. And not as many people, I don't think, do that. You can mix them in with greens, with your lettuce or beet greens. It's a great source of dietary fiber and is a terrific addition to any salad mix. Really great. And I love them. They're just a little bit bitter. So they help to stimulate that bitter taste bud in our mouth. They help stimulate digestion, help everything flow from the mouth out and down. And they're also, of course, really great in all the vitamins I was mentioning before. You can see that from the green color, that vitamin C, vitamin K, and really great source there. They're also connected to weight loss because they have an extremely low caloric count. And another one of their amazing attributes is that they're known for their ability to help with constipation, which can prevent other conditions like of the digestive system and the colon. So, I love bringing rhubarb in. It's not quite time yet. We got a little bit more time for it to be fresh, and it's really easy to grow. So just pop a plant in your garden or look for your community garden, or you can buy some at the store, but make sure you're getting organic. It's always important when it comes to leafy greens that we're getting organic. And that prevents our toxic load becoming too high and adding in any toxins like and heavy metals. Okay, herbal tea. So herbal tea is a great one to reduce your pH. It's been long used. It has like a 2,000-year-old history with medicine and with alternative medicine. And I love herbal teas because they're really easy to add in. You can make them hot, you can make them iced. They have lots of medicinal benefits and also as mineral as well. They have a lot of high vitamin content. They promote healing. They give you energy. They can help you relax. They can help with the digestion. They can help with the emotional well-being, reduce stress. There's just a bazillion uses for herbal teas, and they're very effective in helping the body to prevent bone loss due to aging. And one of the reasons is that because it helps, especially when we're talking about nutrient dense ones like nettles. Now, they bring in minerals, they help to bring in wonderful things that we need, but also they help us to detox, help us to get rid of excess toxins in the system. And drinking at least 2 cups of tea a day will boost your immune system, which is really important right now, and help you keep feeling energized throughout the day. So really key. And you can bring in, there's lots of really great energy boosting herbs. Ashwagandha is a really good one. Ginseng, rhodiola. There are so many different ones that can help. If you're looking for ones that are more for liver detoxification, you can bring on some nettles or some dandelion, if you're not familiar with a lot of herbs, just connect with me. I can make a very general recommendation, or follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting about different herbs and things like that. Okay, cauliflower. Cauliflower is, I think, one of the new vegetables that's really gotten a claim to fame because of it's really being used a lot in paleo and ketogenic diets. And it is a fabulous vegetable. And then one of the other reasons I like it is because it doesn't have too much flavor. And so you can really spice it up and add lots of things. I think I was first exposed to it in Ayurvedic cooking and Indian cooking, with lots of turmeric, that really great anti-inflammatory herb. And by itself, cauliflower is highly anti-inflammatory, provides a great source of choline, which is an important B vitamin for brain health. Now we're talking about brain and energy. We want to give our brain as much fuel as it can to help it think, to help with memory, to help decrease brain fog. So B vitamins are great for that. And studies have been shown or known to show that it can help reduce the speed of brain deterioration due to old age or due to aging. And so that's really important, especially when it comes to Alzheimer's or early onset dementia in that prefrontal cortex, where that's the most part, the brain of the part of the brain that is most affected. And so it's really key to have lots of B vitamins and to have foods like cauliflower to help with that. It's also an excellent source of antioxidants and phytonutrients, which gives the body a better chance of fighting free radicals, right? That's kind of, you can see that a little bit with the key here as we're going through different vegetables today and different aspects, is a lot of them are filled with antioxidants. And that really reduces our acidic aspect, because you could think of that acid as being a free radical, right? And so the aspect of alkaline foods help us to fight off those free radicals. And cauliflower also helps with cardiovascular health because it's of the agent. So sulforaphane, you could think of it, it's in the cruciferous family, right? So it has sulfur, and which promotes proper cell formation of the veins and arteries. So really great if you're again looking for additions to add in for energy and cardiovascular health. Cauliflower is key. And you can remember C for cardiac health. That's a great way to remember it. Okay, celery. So I love celery. I put it in my green juice every morning. It's really high in fiber and it has roots deep in history, right? It's deep into the ground. It's an anti-high blood pressure medicine or plant. And that's because it's a diuretic. It pulls out things in our body. It really helps things to move out and move through, helping to decrease blood pressure. And it's highly, highly anti-inflammatory and powerful in antioxidant properties. So a great one to bring into your daily routine. You could add it into a salad with some carrots and some beautiful romaine lettuce and avocado, really helping to bring in that alkaline salad. And celery also contains quite a few trace minerals and vitamins. So, I love it. It's got that crunch. It adds a nice contrast to different vegetables in your salad as well. And it also helps to stimulate the liver. So that's great for reducing cholesterol, helping us to detox with our liver phases 1 and phase 2 of detox. And it helps us produce liver cleansing enzyme, helping to clean out the system and detox our day. It can help you to lower cholesterol, and also it fights microbial infections in the body. So a really great one. I think it gets, celery doesn't get as much claim to fame as it needs. So that's going to be our new t-shirt, right? Celery, the new vegetable of 2021. Okay, coconut. Coconut, as I mentioned earlier, is one of our great oils. So you can use it as an oil. It's MCT oil. It's great for the brain. It's a great source of fat. You can use it in your cooking. It's a hard-shelled fruit. It's packed with tons of benefits, and it has a history of improving skin. It's in a lot of cosmetics and skin aids. It helps to aid elasticity, so it helps with the toning of the skin, and it fights oxidative stress, again, from that outside environment, as well as from the epigenetic standpoint. It's also great for your immune system because it has a large amount of anti-parasitic, helping to fight parasites, and antimicrobial properties. So a great one, to bring in. I'll even add it to my smoothies, or I'll put it into as a salad dressing in an MCT oil. It's a great oil. And coconut can also help to improve digestion of food. So a really great one if you're having some problems with your digestion. It's good to start adding this one in. It makes it easier for the body to absorb valuable nutrients. So, really key when we're talking about from the energetic standpoint, we want to be able to absorb as much of our food's vital properties as we can. So, adding coconut oil in, it's kind of like this great sponge. It helps us to absorb the properties, really beneficial. And one of the best attributes of coconut is it helps regulate insulin. So it helps to prevent diabetes, regulate blood sugar, and can help regulate insulin. So a key one to bring in if you're having some of those things on your radar. Grapefruit. So another citrus one here. We're gonna have grapefruit and lemon in a minute. And remember, I was talking earlier about reducing acid in in our body, and so grapefruit is actually one of our alkaline fruits. And this larger fruit can help with cholesterol. It lowers cholesterol. It greatly impacts lipid levels. I love having a grapefruit juice in the morning, really great for reducing acid in the body as well as helping with lipids. And it's associated with weight loss because of its effects on fat. And it's packed full of vitamin C. That's might be what it's most well known for, right? It's a high packed vitamin C fruit. And it can also help to erode buildup of calcium in the arteries and veins, calcium stones in the system. So for painful kidney stones, gallbladder stones. So it's really great for that. You might have heard it used with a liver cleanse, right? So we often add it in when we're doing a liver cleanse to help our body, or gallbladder cleanse to help our body to move out calcium deposits. And if you want to try to help prevent stones, try consuming at least a cup of fruit juice a day. Now, if that's too much for you, you can dilute it, right, and drink it over a few days. It's also popular to use as a late night snack instead of eating carb filled junk foods. So a great booster, I really like to have it actually as my favorite little snack is in the mid morning because it'll boost my energy. That vitamin C helps me absorb. It helps my brain to function better, and it boosts mood. So really great fruit to bring in. Lemon. So lemon, our favorite here. I'm sure you all use lemon. Lemon juice is a great way to stimulate action in the liver because it contains uric acid, which breaks down several toxins in the body. So really key. Also, if you're having a uric acid buildup, gout in the feet, this is a great one to help break up that uric acid in the feet, and then also helps our liver to flush out toxins. And it's effective as well with kidney stones, like we mentioned with grapefruit, and it can help improve digestion. It helps stimulate the bitter taste buds in our mouth. And if you were to consume at least a glass of lemon juice a day, the acids can stimulate your intestines to create a bowel movement, and that juice can help to dissolve various substances that form plaque on the intestinal walls. So a great little tip here is just to have, when you wake up in the morning, as soon as you get up, have a big large glass of lemon water with a little pinch of salt, help your body absorb the water, and then also to help your liver to flush. So really key there. And of course, give you energy. So green beans, this might not be one you're thinking about here. So green beans, they're more than just a staple food for some cultures. Green beans are highly antioxidant. So again, fighting off free radicals, and they're anti-inflammatory. So really great to have as a salad. You can have them steamed. I just don't cook them too long where they're too mushy, because then they lose all of their great properties. So green beans have been found to be wonderful for reducing the risk of heart disease. So they're really high in flavonoids, which helps reduce cardiovascular risk. And they're a huge source of antioxidants, which helps with cardiac health as well. So tomatoes, look at those beautiful tomatoes. I can't wait for tomato season. It's one of my favorite seasons. Tomatoes are highly antioxidant in makeup because they are very high in lycopene. So that's the nutrient that they contain. And lycopene is very effective at preventing different types of dangerous oxidation that can lead to various diseases, and conditions. So lycopene also gives tomatoes that really beautiful red color. And tomatoes have a positive effect on bone development in postmenopausal women. So really key if you're in that postmenopausal stage to be having lycopene and to be for bone density. And fresh tomatoes can be cut up and placed directly on the food. There's so many ways to use tomatoes. You could make Latin dinner, right? With all of the great foods we've talked about today. You could have tomatoes and lettuce and avocado, lemon. There's tons of ways you could have that total alkaline meal. Cherries. So cherries are an amazing natural source of melatonin. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I love cherries as a little snack before bed to help me sleep better. And melatonin is naturally produced by the pineal gland in the brain. So it helps to stimulate the pineal gland to release more melatonin. And science has discovered that eating cherries or drinking cherry juice can greatly help you stay asleep for longer periods of time, right? So it helps you have that restful sleep through the night so you don't wake up as much. And melatonin is a natural antioxidant. It helps prevent and fight off free radicals, helping give our body more energy because we're having restful sleep through the night. And cherries are also packed with anti-inflammatory nutrients that help us to fight off free radicals. And they're really beautiful, and you can use them as not quite cherry season yet, but we're moving into it. And you can have them in your smoothies. You could have them on a salad. You could have them on a breakfast. You could have a little at night before bed. Lots of uses for cherries. So radishes are now coming into season. I love radishes because they're a little spicy. They get everything moving in the system, great for circulation. They're also known to have a cooling effect on the body because they have that moistness when you're eating them. They're really cooling with a little spice. They're hydrated. That's what I should, instead of moist. They're really filled with water. And they have that really gentle, especially if you put them in, like I like to put them in a jar of ice water. So they're really cool when I'm hot. And Chinese doctors or acupuncturists will help people deal with heat during hot weather, recommending having some radishes. And you could put them on a salad like daikon radish, or these ones here, these red ones. I love to have them just as a little snack. They're also a diuretic. That's a hydration piece. They help the body to flush toxins by passing them through the urine, out through the kidneys, and out of the body. They're also really high in vitamin C. You could remember that kind of when we talked about the tomatoes with the lycopene. You can see that beautiful red color. Again, like, oh yeah, red, that vitamin C, and they have lots of other trace minerals as well. Radishes I don't think as many people eat them here in the States. I don't see them as common. It's more like in Asian dishes, but they're really great. And start mixing it up and trying something new if you're not eating them a lot. Okay, bananas. We mentioned bananas earlier with potassium. And remember, I said that avocados actually have more potassium than bananas. And this yellow tree fruit is packed with great carbs. So it's really high in carbs and vitamins. So it's a great, I love to have a banana if I'm going to go on a run. It gives me a lot of energy, helps me get that little boost of sugar. And, it can be a great snack in the middle of the day, but you want to add it with a little bit of protein, like almond butter is a really good one, because then you won't have that large up spike and down spike. And even though it contains a healthy dose of nutrition, it still has less than 120 calories. So it's not like super caloric in its caloric intake. Eating a banana won't spike your blood sugar as much because they're absorbed quickly. So that's nice, is your body, because of that potassium, it does absorb it quickly. And they're really high in fiber, so they can help you to have proper elimination through the bowel system, and they're really filling, right? So if you're having a banana for breakfast, really will sustain you for a couple of hours through the day. And this absorption and high fiber will help you to feel more satisfied and full. So a lot of people will use them for satiation or satiety. And bananas also have a positive effect on mood. So this is another good one to bring in if you're looking to help with your mood and can help you to relax and sleep better. So you can have a little cherry banana snack before bed. And that's a great one. Not too late before you go to bed because it does have a lot of sugar. But maybe as your post dinner sweet, a little dessert. Okay, so let's wrap it up today. So we've learned a lot about different foods for balancing our alkalinity, helping boost energy and mood, helping us reduce stress. So if you haven't been using these foods, now's a really great time to start adding them in, especially as we're moving into summer, into spring and then summer. Like you can see with this watermelon in the picture, it's a great way to start really adding things in as we're moving out of fall and winter. So thank you so much for attending this evening. And if you're ready to take your health to the next level, as a bonus to all attendees this evening, you can receive $50 off an initial consult with me, which is a great way to get started on seeing if your body is in an acidic environment, how you can change or shift some other things in your nutritional plan, as well as helping with some other chronic conditions. So it's easy there to book with me at doclulu.com. Also follow me on Instagram. It's a great way to learn about recipes, my free webinars, which I give almost every Monday, like this one, and health tips and recipes. And stay tuned for upcoming programs. I'm going to have a hormonal health program in the summer and a gut restoration program in the fall.